Previously on the Ashtray.
If we had an accurate read on student views, it probably would have been considerably more supportive, probably much more than a majority in support.
I don't know what is actually going to come out of this besides making students feel like, again, we're being parented by the college.
This is the Ashtray, a series dedicated to covering the debate surrounding the smoking and tobacco policy passed at Berea College in 2018. Berea College is one of the last institutions in the state of Kentucky that allows smoking and tobacco usage on campus, but that will soon change, as Berea begins transitioning to a smoke-free and tobacco-free campus come July. The policy has polarized groups on campus and sparked controversy, quickly becoming one of the hottest topics in the Berea community.
This is the third installment in a 6-part series covering the smoking and tobacco policy on campus.
The possibilities are endless of what's going to happen. It's kind of one of those, we're going to see what happens. I mean, we know from speaking with other campuses some of the challenge that they face, and nobody expects tobacco to go away July 1st. We know that it's a 5-year plan. Each year that we have an incoming class, knowing that we're tobacco-free, it's slowly changing that campus culture around tobacco. So we know it's a slow process, but is it worth the slow fight? I believe so.
I'm Elijah Nicholson-Messmer, filling in this week for Christian Ginsel. In this episode, we'll be hearing from faculty and students who think Berea College will see positive effects on the upcoming smoking ban this July. What inspires their positive outlook despite concerns from their peers? Let's take a look.
Last week saw the installation of new building signs across Berea College's campus. Serving as a reminder to the community of the upcoming policy change, an important piece of information adorns the new signage: Tobacco-Free Campus. As July 1st draws closer and closer, opinions flare. Though opponents of the policy have remained outspoken throughout the lead-up to a tobacco-free campus, many students and faculty have shown support for the policy.
I get why I think it's more that people should be able to do whatever they want. So I'm like, yes, but there's a point. We've proven that smoking is wrong. No one can defend smoking nowadays. It's impossible. And they say, vaping's starting to be coming out as bad too. So the factor is you're just defending someone's right to literally kill themselves slowly. So they can do that off campus. It's not that hard to go off campus. You walk just past Blue Ridge, you're off campus. You walk on the other side of the art building across the street, you're off campus. It's not that hard to find a spot to smoke. If you want to smoke that bad, you can smoke in your car if you want to. It's just I don't want to be walking out of the library and be hit with tobacco smoke.
Jill kind of brought this position to me. She's like, hey, I know you have a lot of friends who are smokers. We have this position where we need a 0 to 5 to kind of serve smoker students as we go to non-smoking. I have a lot of friends who are smokers as well as non-smokers, and I felt like I could be a good mediator between the two groups and getting things accomplished. I can see both sides. I feel like if you were a smoker who was really, really against the non-smoking policy, you would probably just spend the whole time trying to fight the system. And at the same time, I feel like if you're against smoking entirely, you may not be able to hear the smokers out and realize they're people too. I mean, my own father, he's been smoking for years, ever since I grew up. So I know how hard it is to just quit, because he tried many times. So trying to show that support to smokers.
I started because I went to a school where a lot of people did smoke, and it seemed like a thing I could do to fit in with the kind of folks I wanted to fit in with. It wasn't with any sense of the difficulty I would later experience in trying to quit. I smoked for about 5 years, all the way into graduate school. It was only when I was contemplating having a child myself and realizing that that child would be breathing the smoke that I was smoking. My father had been a smoker, and he'd smoke in the car while we were driving around, so we were all secondhand smokers. whether we wanted to be or not. It just made no sense to me to contemplate having a family and not dealing with that challenge.
In our next episode of The Ashtray, we're looking at how the new tobacco policy will impact Berea College and what the aftermath may look like. For more of The Ashtray, be sure to like Berea College News and Radio on Facebook and tune back in next week for a new episode.
It does seem quite contrary to the overall goals of a Berea College education if students graduate and they are addicted to tobacco in its various forms. Worse than just simply graduating is when a student comes to Berea College not smoking, but picks up the practice and the habit here. Then we've not only not allowed the student the brightest possible future, we've even actually dimmed their future a little bit.